Ms. Keepan, independent studies have shown that national heritage areas offer indisputable economic benefits to their respective communities, and that revenue consistently matches any federal funding that may be applied to these NHAs. Can you just share some of the reasons why national heritage areas seem to offer such rewarding economic opportunities for local communities?
Certainly. So I think that the premise and the model that's set forward as a public-private partnership is part of it. And so that small amount of federal investment brings other partners to the table. And those partners don't just commit their resources, but they commit their time and energy. And this creates better synergy. It creates better partnerships for communities, but as a direct impact to businesses, it's such a great value because what we do is we just contribute a small amount and then others come in to match, which brings a greater amount and often leads to the execution and implementation of projects that simply wouldn't otherwise happen. And then there's the effects that come after the implementation of the project. I certainly cited our Discover Niagara shuttle and its benefit. So that shuttle brings people to other places within our national heritage area that they wouldn't have not naturally have gone to. And that brings them to small businesses, that brings them to those historical sites. And those small ripple effects then lead to those businesses, those historical sites, maybe adding additional jobs, maybe gaining additional revenue in gift shops, maybe giving people a compelling reason to stay longer, whether it's in the Northern Rio Grande Heritage Area or Niagara Falls or the Coal Region National Heritage Area. But heritage tourism and outdoor recreation are two of the largest growing sectors in the tourism industry field. And this is what national heritage areas do best. And it's also shown that cultural tourists spend more money than just a regular tourist. And so, you know, national heritage areas fit into that wheelhouse of tourism, but specifically generate a significant amount of economic impact, especially in small rural communities that might have been overlooked in larger industry sectors.
That has certainly been our experience in the Northern Rio Grande National Heritage Area. Ms. Beasley, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the sort of the coordination between the Park Service and communities, state and local governments, and that coordinated work that really enhances and supports existing national heritage areas. Can you talk a little bit about what that looks like, and if you have any particular examples from the Northern Rio Grande Heritage Area, please share those as well.
Thank you. As Ms. Capen has already talked about, that public-private partnership is really key and foundational to the success of the programs. And because heritage areas and their coordinating entities are grassroots and on the ground, they're able to really connect with the local communities and their stakeholders and identify the kinds of projects and services and benefits that are important to that community. In your opening statement, you spoke about the La Sala de San Jose Preservation Project in Galisteo, New Mexico, which was a great partnership. The Heritage Area worked directly with the State Historic Preservation Office to ensure that the work that was being done was appropriate to the building. I will also share in Dixon, New Mexico. The Heritage Area provided a subgrant to the Embudo Valley Library and Community Center, where they were able to fund student and community volunteer projects to create a community mural. They also did a kind of a landscape documentation project that identified some of the important historic features of the area and did some landscaping work to beautify the grounds. The Heritage Area provided funding to the Oke-Owingeh Housing Authority to put together a adobe mud plastering training that helped the members of the community learn traditional preservation methods that they could apply to the buildings that are important to them. And then in Cuesta, New Mexico, the Heritage Area partnered with the Park Service's River Trails and Conservation Assistance Program to plan and provide signage for an interpretive trail that goes around the town and highlights significant properties, including the historic acequias and other important landscape features. And so the RTCA grant provided the planning dollars, and then the heritage area provided the interpretive signage. So very much examples of on-the-ground, community-based activities.
And Chairman, I know it sounds fairly trivial, but something like training people how to do adobe mud plastering, for example, it's very easy to really inadvertently destroy some of our historic structures in the Southwest by not knowing the proper methodologies for actually protecting them. If you put concrete or stucco over adobe mud plaster, you actually end up trapping moisture inside, and then structures that have stood for hundreds and hundreds of years, like older than the United States as a country, end up being inadvertently destroyed. So the work that they're doing around preservation is really, really critical to our history.